My dear friends, have you ever felt the crushing weight of life's battles pressing down upon your shoulders, wondering why the universe seems to test you more severely than those around you? Have you questioned whether your struggles serve any greater purpose, or if they're merely random acts of cruel fate designed to break your spirit? The universe operates with divine precision. What if I told you that your struggles aren't accidental, but intentional? What if the very battles that threaten to overwhelm you were actually designed to reveal the warrior within you? This powerful reflection could fundamentally transform how you perceive every challenge in your life, turning burdens into blessings and pain into purpose. There are 10 profound truths about why you were specifically chosen for your unique battles. Insights that Pope Francis understood about the sacred nature of human suffering. 1. You're not in this battle by mistake. You were called. The pain you face each day, the obstacles that seem to multiply when you least expect them, they aren't accidents of an indifferent universe. My friends, look deeper. The universe never creates chaos without purpose. Pope Francis believed that God never permits a battle without also preparing the soul of the warrior. You were called to this precise moment, facing these exact challenges, because something within you is capable of rising to meet them, even if that strength remains hidden from your own eyes. When the darkness feels overwhelming, remember this truth. The universe doesn't make mistakes in its assignments. You weren't given this battle because you deserve punishment. You were entrusted with it because somewhere in the depths of your soul lies the exact strength needed to transform this struggle into something beautiful. The universe sees what you cannot yet see in yourself. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. These words from Jeremiah 29:11 remind us that divine purpose often hides behind what appears to be random suffering. Many misinterpret their struggles as punishment, but this perspective only deepens your pain. Instead, recognize that being chosen for difficult battles reflects the universe's profound confidence in your capacity to grow through adversity. When you feel you cannot take another step, whisper to yourself, I was called to this moment. I am capable. I am chosen. The universe has faith in you even when your faith in yourself wavers. Consider the consequences of rejecting this calling. When you view your challenges as cruel accidents, you miss the invitation to discover your remarkable capacity for growth. You forfeit the opportunity to uncover strengths you never knew you possessed. Instead, embrace this truth. Your battle chose you because you possess exactly what this battle needs. The universe doesn't call the qualified, it qualifies the called. To work with this truth, try this simple practice. Each morning, place your hand over your heart and say, I accept that I was chosen for this battle. I trust that I have what it takes to face it. This small act of acknowledgement aligns you with the universe's intention for your growth through struggle. Your acceptance doesn't make the battle easier, but it makes you stronger in facing it. 2. Your struggles carry a purpose. The battle isn't merely suffering without meaning, it is transformation in its rawest form. Pope Francis reminded us that every cross carries a hidden significance, that today's burden can become tomorrow's testimony. Dear friends, you are being molded, not punished by the universe. The universe operates through patterns of death and rebirth, destruction and creation. What appears as meaningless suffering today may be preparing the soil for tomorrow's most beautiful growth. The job you lost, the relationship that ended, the illness that changed everything. These aren't just painful endings. They are powerful beginnings disguised as endings. The universe specializes in creating beauty from ashes. Look at your hands for a moment. Feel the weight they've carried. Consider how they've grown stronger through that carrying. This is the sacred alchemy of purposeful suffering. It transforms who you are at the deepest level. The universe doesn't waste pain. It invests it in your development. Maria, a grandmother from the 1950s generation, once told me how losing everything in a house fire seemed like the end of her world. I thought God had abandoned me, she confessed. But that fire burned away my attachment to things and awakened my connection to people. I rebuilt not just my home, but my understanding of what truly matters. That tragedy became my greatest teacher. 40 years later, I can say with certainty that losing everything was actually the beginning of finding what can never be lost. When your struggle feels pointless, ask yourself, what might this be preparing me for? What strength is being forged in this fire? The universe rarely reveals its full purpose in the midst of the storm, but rest assured, purpose exists, woven into the very fabric of your suffering. Your pain isn't random, it's directional. The greatest danger comes when we fail to see purpose in our pain. Without meaning, suffering can crush the spirit. But with purpose, even the heaviest burden becomes bearable. The universe isn't asking you to enjoy your struggles. It's inviting you to engage with them as opportunities for profound transformation. To work with this truth, keep a purpose journal. Each evening, write one way your current struggle might be developing something valuable within you. Perhaps patience, resilience, compassion, or wisdom. This practice trains your eyes to see purpose where others see only pain. The universe reveals its intentions to those who seek them with open hearts. 3. You were given a fighter's heart for a reason. Not everyone could endure what you have endured. Pope Francis understood that certain souls come equipped with a silent strength, not for destruction, but for sustenance. That resilience you carry? It was hand-delivered to your spirit by the universe. The universe knows that some missions require hearts of extraordinary endurance. My dear friends, your capacity to keep standing when everything within you wants to fall, that isn't common. That's a specially crafted gift, meant for someone with an uncommon calling. Your fighter's heart wasn't given to you by accident. Think of how water shapes stone, not through force, but through persistent presence. Your fighter's heart works in much the same way. It doesn't need to scream or shatter. It simply needs to remain present day after day, eroding the obstacles that once seemed immovable. The universe has equipped you with precisely the kind of strength your journey requires. Brothers and sisters, may the peace of God be with you. If you're enjoying this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your opinion is sacred to me, as it helps me continue this mission of spreading light, faith, and hope. The consequences of denying your fighter's heart can be severe. When you refuse to acknowledge your innate strength, you rob yourself of your divine birthright. You begin living as though you were ordinary, when the universe has clearly marked you as extraordinary. Don't diminish what the universe has amplified within you. Your capacity to endure is not a curse, it's a cosmic gift. Many misunderstand the fighter's heart, thinking it means aggression or dominance. But true fighters aren't those who overpower others. They're those who refuse to let adversity overpower their spirit. Your fighter's heart is about spiritual persistence, not physical force. It's about getting up one more time than you fall. The universe has given you this heart not to conquer others, but to overcome your own limitations. To honor your fighter's heart, start each morning by acknowledging one battle you've already survived. Let that reminder serve as testimony to your capacity for what lies ahead. Remember, your resilience isn't random. It's intentional, purposeful, divinely orchestrated by the universe. You were made to endure what would break others because your mission requires uncommon strength. Consider creating a small ritual to honor your fighter's heart. Perhaps lighting a candle to represent your inner fire, or wearing something that symbolizes your strength. These small acknowledgements help you consciously connect with the warrior spirit the universe has placed within you. Your strength isn't just yours. It's a sacred trust given to you for a greater purpose. 4. The weight you carry was measured for you. It may feel unbearably heavy, but this burden didn't fall into your hands by accident. The universe operates with exquisite precision. Pope Francis reminded us that God doesn't choose the qualified, He qualifies the chosen. My friends, you are being prepared for something greater than you can currently imagine by the universe. Consider how a master jeweler selects precisely the right amount of pressure to transform raw carbon into a diamond. Too little pressure, and the transformation never occurs. Too much, and the carbon is crushed beyond repair. The universe applies this same wisdom to the pressures in your life. What feels excessive to you has been calibrated with divine precision. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28 speaks to this divine understanding of our capacity. The invitation for rest comes precisely because the universe recognizes the weight you bear. Your burden is acknowledged by the divine, even when it goes unrecognized by those around you. Many mistake their measured burdens as evidence of cosmic cruelty, but this perspective blinds you to the sacred customization of your journey. Your specific weight develops specific strengths. When the load feels impossible, remember, this precise weight was calibrated for your specific spiritual development. The universe knows exactly how much you can bear. What would happen if you embrace this truth? Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you might begin asking, "What is this developing in me?" The shift from victim to student changes everything. Your burdens become your teachers rather than your tormentors. The universe hasn't given you more than you can handle. It has given you exactly what you need to become who you're meant to be. To work with this truth, practice saying, "This weight is developing exactly the strength I need for my future purpose." Find moments each day to acknowledge how far you've already carried your burden, evidence that you were indeed measured correctly for this task. The universe trusts your capacity more than you do. Create a simple ritual to honor the weight you carry. Perhaps placing a stone in your pocket to represent your burden, and at day's end, setting it down while acknowledging, "I carried this today. I can carry it again tomorrow." This practice builds conscious awareness of your remarkable strength. What the universe has measured for you, it has also equipped you to carry. 5. Your faith is the armor that never breaks. When everything else fails, money, health, support, faith still stands tall in the universe. Pope Francis believed that faith doesn't eliminate pain, but transforms pain into a pathway. My dear friends, when you have faith, you are never truly alone in the universe. Faith is the mysterious force that allows human beings to continue moving forward when all logical evidence suggests surrender. It's the quiet voice that whispers, "Not yet," when everything else screams, "It's over." This isn't blind optimism. It's spiritual vision that perceives beyond current circumstances. The universe has given you this gift of seeing what isn't yet visible. The universe operates through cycles, through seasons. Your faith is what allows you to trust in spring when you're surrounded by winter's evidence. It's what helps you remember that darkness, no matter how complete it seems, is always temporary. Faith is your spiritual night vision, allowing you to navigate paths that others cannot even see. Many confuse faith with wishful thinking, but true faith is far more substantial in the universe. It's the spiritual backbone that keeps you upright when the storms of life would bend you double. When your external supports crumble, faith becomes your internal structure. It's not what you cling to, it's what holds you when you have nothing left to cling to. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. These ancient words from Psalm 23 capture the essence of faith as unbreakable armor, not because it prevents difficulty, but because it provides sufficiency in the midst of difficulty. The universe ensures that your faith supplies what your circumstances cannot. What happens when you wear this armor consciously? You begin to move through life's battles differently, not immune to wounds, but protected from fatal blows to your spirit. You gain the capacity to stand firm when everything around you is shaking. This isn't stubbornness. It's spiritual stability that the universe has woven into your being. Practice strengthening your faith by finding one miracle each day. Not the parting of seas variety, but the subtle, everyday kind. The perfect timing of a needed phone call. The unexpected solution that arrives just in time. The strength that appears precisely when your own supply runs out. These aren't coincidences. They're confirmations from the universe that you aren't fighting alone. Create a faith anchor, a physical object that reminds you of your unbreakable armor. Perhaps a small stone, a piece of jewelry, or a written word you carry with you. When circumstances threaten to overwhelm you, touch this anchor and remember, your faith is the armor the universe has given you, and it cannot be broken by external forces. 6. The world may not see it, but heaven knows you're fighting. Perhaps no one notices what you're going through. Your battles may be invisible to those around you, but Pope Francis taught us that the most sacred battles are those fought in silence. Dear friends, God sees your resistance. The universe takes pride in you. The universe observes what remains, hidden from human eyes. That private struggle, the tears you shed when no one is watching, the courage it takes just to get out of bed some mornings, none of this goes unnoticed in the spiritual realm. Your unseen battles are fully witnessed by divine eyes. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. This ancient wisdom from 1 Samuel 16:7 reminds us that true valor is often invisible to the casual observer. The universe measures courage not by public applause, but by private perseverance. The greatest danger in private battles is believing they don't matter because they aren't witnessed. This couldn't be further from the truth in the universe. Some of history's most consequential victories have occurred in complete privacy, inner transformations that later changed everything visible. Just because your battle is unseen doesn't mean it's insignificant. Quite the opposite. The most important work often happens in secret. What would change if you truly believed your private struggles were being witnessed by loving eyes? You might find new dignity in your silent battles, new meaning in moments that seem meaningless to others. The universe invites you to fight not for public recognition, but for the sacred purpose behind your struggle. I'm so happy to have you here with me. If this message is touching your heart and you're still here with me, type 2 in the comments. That way I'll know you're walking this path of faith, seeking growth, reflection, and wisdom, as Pope Francis taught us. To honor your invisible fight, create a small ritual acknowledging your daily victories. Perhaps lighting a candle, writing in a journal, or simply placing your hand over your heart and whispering, "I see my own courage." Remember, recognition doesn't validate struggle. Struggle is inherently valid in the universe, whether recognized or not. Consider keeping a private victory journal, not to show others, but to remind yourself of battles fought and won in silence. Each night, record one moment where you chose courage over surrender, kindness over bitterness, faith over fear. This creates a sacred record of your invisible journey, witnessed by you and the universe alone. 7. You're not meant to win by force, but by faithfulness. The world teaches victory through shouting, fighting, tearing down. Pope Francis showed another path through the universe, persevering with love, resisting with kindness, conquering with dignity. My friends, your faithfulness to goodness is the greatest victory the universe could ask of you. Consider how water eventually overcomes stone, not through violence, but through gentle, consistent presence. This is the universe's preferred method of triumph, not sudden destruction, but steady transformation. Your persistent goodness operates with this same cosmic power. Faithfulness accumulates force over time, achieving what brute strength cannot. Many mistake gentleness for weakness in this universe, but this reflects profound misunderstanding. True strength isn't revealed in how much damage you can inflict, but in how much love you can maintain while under pressure. Winning by faithfulness means refusing to abandon your highest values, even when doing so might bring quicker results. The universe honors those who remain true to their spiritual integrity. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. These words remind us that ultimate victory belongs not to the loudest or most aggressive, but to those who maintain their spiritual integrity through every battle. The universe operates on a longer timeline than our impatient hearts often prefer. What happens when you embrace this countercultural path to victory? You become undefeatable in the most profound sense. External circumstances may not immediately change, but they lose their power to change you. Your values become your victory, regardless of outcomes. The universe celebrates this deeper triumph, even when the world cannot recognize it. To practice winning by faithfulness, ask yourself daily, am I remaining true to my deepest values in how I fight this battle? Victory achieved through compromising your soul is no victory at all in the universe. True triumph preserves and enhances who you are meant to be. Create a personal code of honor. 3 or 4 principles that define what faithfulness means to you. Perhaps kindness, truth, courage, or compassion. Let these be your measuring stick for victory rather than external outcomes. The universe judges success not by results, but by rightness of heart. 8. Your scars are the signature of your mission. The marks life has left upon you are testimony that you didn't surrender. Pope Francis believed that scars are part of the souls, chosen ones in the universe, not to humiliate, but to testify. Every pain you've overcome forms a line in the story that only you can tell. Scars, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, represent wounds that didn't defeat you. They are sacred geography on the map of your journey. In a world obsessed with perfection, your scars stand as revolutionary evidence of an authentic life, fully engaged with both the beauty and brutality of existence in this universe. I bear on my body the marks, wrote Paul in Galatians 6:17, acknowledging how his physical scars testified to his spiritual journey. Your own marks, though different in origin, serve the same profound purpose in the universe. They authenticate your testimony and qualify you for your unique mission. The greatest misunderstanding about scars is viewing them solely as damage, when they actually represent extraordinary healing. A scar means you've survived something that tried to stop you. It means you chose continuation when termination seemed the easier option. The universe honors these marks of perseverance. What would change if you embraced your scars as sacred signatures? You might stop hiding them in shame and start recognizing them as credentials for your calling. Your wounds weren't wasted. They were invested by the universe in preparing you for your mission. Others will believe you precisely because of where you've been. Many in our world hide their scars, ashamed of these sacred markings. My dear friends, the universe calls you to a different response, not flaunting wounds as badges of victimhood, but acknowledging scars as evidence of your immense capacity for healing and perseverance. Your scars don't disqualify you, they qualify you. To honor your scars, spend time recognizing what each one taught you. Perhaps one taught patience, another forgiveness, another the capacity to receive help. Together, they form a constellation of wisdom that makes you uniquely qualified for your specific mission in this universe. Create a personal ceremony of acceptance for your most painful scars. This might involve writing a letter of gratitude to each wound for what it taught you, or creating art that transforms pain into beauty. The universe doesn't waste anything, especially not suffering that shapes souls. 9. You are the answer to someone else's prayer. You thought your life was merely about survival, but it may be the answer someone desperately begged God to provide. Pope Francis taught that no one exists by accident in the universe. We are all instruments of God's love. Someone will rise because you refuse to fall. Consider how a single candle can illuminate an entire room previously lost in darkness. Your presence in someone else's life, even briefly, can function with this same transformative power. The strength you've developed through your struggles uniquely qualifies you to help others through similar terrain. The universe positions you precisely where your light is most needed. Comfort others with the comfort you've received, writes Paul in 2 Corinthians 1:4, illuminating this sacred cycle of giving what we've first received. Your hardest experiences haven't just been about you. They've been preparation by the universe for someone else who will need exactly what you've learned. Many mistake their purpose as solely personal achievement, but this perspective is too narrow. The universe operates through interconnection. Your triumph over despair may be the precise testimony needed to rekindle hope in someone standing at the edge of surrender. Your wounds become windows through which others glimpse possibility. What shifts when you see yourself as someone's answered prayer? You begin to recognize that your struggles serve a purpose beyond your personal growth. They qualify you to offer authentic help that those with easier paths cannot provide. The universe hasn't wasted your pain. It's invested it in equipping you to save others from similar suffering. To live as someone else's answered prayer, remain attentive to opportunities where your specific wounds have prepared you to serve. When you meet someone struggling as you once struggled, recognize the sacred appointment. This moment is why the universe needed you to learn what you learned. Create a practice of asking each morning, whose answered prayer might I be today? This intention opens your eyes to divine appointments that might otherwise be missed. The universe often works through seemingly random encounters that are anything but random. 10. This battle will not break you. It will reveal you. In the end, the struggle won't destroy you. It will reveal who you've always been beneath the surface. Pope Francis said that God's glory shines in the stories of those who fell, rose again, and returned with a sweeter heart. My dear friends, you are chosen by the universe, and the chosen never return unchanged. They come back stronger, humbler, radiant with light. Consider how intense pressure transforms coal into diamonds, or how fire refines gold to its purest state. These natural processes illustrate spiritual truth. What threatens to destroy you is often precisely what reveals your highest nature. The universe isn't punishing you, it's purifying you. These trials will show that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold. These words from 1 Peter 1:7 affirm that difficulty reveals authenticity rather than creating it. Your truest self emerges through challenge, not despite it. The universe already knows who you truly are. Your battles simply make that truth visible. Many fear breaking under pressure, not realizing that sometimes we need to break open rather than break down. What appears as destruction may actually be the necessary shattering of an outdated container, making space for something far more expansive to emerge. The universe sometimes breaks what can no longer contain your growing spirit. What would change if you trusted that this battle was revealing, not destroying you? You might embrace challenge differently, seeing it not as punishment, but as revelation. You might recognize that your worst moments often precede your greatest growth. The universe isn't finishing your story, it's writing your most powerful chapter. Your current battle is not your final story. It's the crucible in which your final story is being prepared. The fire feels unbearable now, but what emerges from these flames will astonish even you. The universe hasn't brought you this far to abandon you at the most transformative moment. Have you ever felt that your struggles were preparing you for something greater? Something you couldn't yet see but somehow sensed was coming? Share your answer in the comments below. My friends, let me remind you of the journey we've traveled together. You now understand that you weren't placed in this battle by mistake. You were specifically called to it by the universe. Your struggles carry profound purpose, developing exactly the strength needed for your unique mission. You've been given a fighter's heart because the universe recognized you would need one. The weight you carry has been precisely measured for your development, and your faith provides unbreakable armor when everything else fails. Though the world may not see your battles, heaven witnesses every moment of your courage. You aren't meant to win through force, but through faithful persistence that transforms both you and your circumstances. Your scars form the signature of your sacred calling, testifying to wounds that couldn't defeat you. You aren't just surviving for yourself. You're the living answer to someone else's desperate prayer. And in the end, this battle won't break you. It will reveal the extraordinary being you've always been beneath the surface of the universe. Dear friends, I want you to know that you are capable of living with more purpose, love, and peace by applying these truths to your daily struggles. Each challenge you face isn't just a burden to be carried, but a seed that, when properly tended, grows into profound strength, wisdom, and compassion that the universe desperately needs. By embracing these teachings, you'll discover improvements, not just in your earthly life, greater health, balance, and happiness, but deeper still in your soul's development. The inner independence and divine connection that emerges through consciously chosen battles brings a fulfillment that nothing in the material world can match or take away. I encourage you to share this message with someone who's currently fighting their own battle, someone who needs to be reminded of the sacred purpose behind their pain. In sharing this light with the universe, you extend the circle of healing that our broken world so desperately needs. May God bless you. Type Amen in the comments so I know you stayed with me until the end. Subscribe now and turn on the notification bell. That way you'll never miss a new heart-touching message. I'll see you in the next video.